You can write a check, you can put cash in. Some people even put gambling chips in the offering plate. I'm not kidding. Because it's really giving not only to his church, it's giving to the Lord. So Dr. Lynn, would you scripture on your heart, whatever's in your heart, because you're my mentor. Do whatever you want.
The Lord shared with me the word stewardship. You know, Paul the Apostle thought very highly of stewardship of his calling and ministry. Let's pray. Let's believe, God, that our vision will even expand and extend and do more effectively than ever before. Father, in Jesus' name, I thank you for the privilege of being part of this great work right here at ICLV.
And the buckets are going to go around the aisles. Go ahead and give as the Lord leads your heart.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Probably gonna stay around 30 minutes. That's probably the goal tonight. Ain't gonna be on too long. I'm going to spit on this for a minute. Yeah, man, I seen this shit come up, man. You just gotta ask yourself when you talking about the Gilbert Arenas situation real quick. You gotta ask yourself, you don't want to put your conspiracy brother hat on, but we must ask ourselves in this country, what is the priority? You know what I'm saying? We in Detroit, there's so many babies that have been popped this summer. There's so many stories that you've seen. You had the dude at the NFL office. You had so many stories. I mean, the past few years, they tried to collude and kidnap government officials, right? You got the immigration thing going on right now. You got them making an all-white town. I actually did a explicit video on the Patreon on about the Robert Griffin and Ryan Clark, but I never released it. It was a mistake. But I will be speaking on that on the Goodfella TV Patreon pretty soon, and the Canelo Crawford film study is coming. I could have did it tonight, but I chose to do this, right? So, because those things can get a little bit extensive. But you got to just ask your government, after government, where are their priorities? I mean, do anybody in here care that Gilbert Arenas had an illegal gambling spot? Or do we care about getting these people who deserve or don't deserve to be in the country? Should we address that? Should we worry about tariffs? Should we worry about, another terrorist attack? Should we worry about if our people got to get drafted? Let's talk about these domestic things we got going on right now. They pull this, right on the heels of that car arrest thing where they broke the guy's car and all that. And the thing about it is I haven't even watched that film. I refuse to watch that because one thing I feel like is nothing gonna change. Black people are gonna cry and complain. People gonna get paid off, and then it's just gonna be reset. So I'm not talking about that, right? But you notice every time something like that happens, they throw this stuff out like this in front of the black community. And like I said, who cares if Gilbert got a illegal gambling spot that was ran from 2120 to September 2021 to September 2022? Who really cares? Anybody in here care, bro? Or do you care about the safety and security of your community, your home? Honestly, ain't that what we should be caring about? Now, I read something, and I may remember to talk about this tomorrow, but I actually read something that's very, very interesting today. and I'm not about to harp on it, but they basically said a particular company, Amazon, is partnering with a company to help the police use your Ring door camera and get access to your Ring footage without your knowledge, without your consent. You know, and I walk around and I see people having, cameras out their window, out their living room windows, bedroom windows pointed outwards. I see those things. So think about it. You know, they're going to be able to access things from your footage around your house without your knowledge, right? You think they don't use your webcams, your phone cams, and all that stuff already? They absolutely is using those things already. So it's getting pretty scary out here. But I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit the link tree. You can join the Patreon. Follow me on Instagram, X, Twitch, Kick. Shout out to y'all watching on Twitch, Kick, X, and Facebook. Whole nine. I appreciate y'all, man. This is something that I just felt like going live. Had a little bit of time tonight. I was watching the original Fantastic Four, just chilling, and I'm like, hey, I should just go ahead and squeeze a live in from the desk. I got some time, and we're gonna talk about Gilbert first, and then we get into Shannon Sharpe. About the things that he got going on. But yeah, when you look at Gilbert, man, it's just to the point where I just feel like you got multiple celebrities' homes getting broken into in LA. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got all these things going on, border control, ICE, a lot of domestic disputes going on, things with the cops and stuff. And this is what they throw out there. This is where they're using. I mean, I really feel like it's fruitless to sit here and investigate Terry Rozier and throw away tax dollars investigating Terry Rozier for betting on games for a whole year. And they have come up with nothing on Terry Rozier for a whole year. Why do we care? Go investigate the mob who've been controlling. They'll go investigate the mob who've been controlling, betting for years. Why they don't investigate them? Why they don't open an investigation up in Hollywood on why all these people got to open up their buttholes or sell their bodies just to get a role in Hollywood? We got bigger fish to fry than Gilbert Arenas. There are so many bigger fish to fry than Gilbert Arenas out here. And it's just crazy. Nobody died at this apparently nobody died at this gambling mansion. Nobody was talking about, as far as we know, from what we know, nobody is talking about he got arrested. And do we open his mouth and talk a lot of shit? Absolutely. I find it funny. Javarius Crenton just got out of jail, and Gilbert goes back and going into jail, and they say a lot of things which could be a total lie. Because they hit him with a conspiracy charge and the actual charge. So basically, if we can't 100% prove it, we just gonna get you on suspicion. At what point will black people wake up? And say, you know what? We got to go all in, man. We got to push now. And some of us may not make it for the sacrifice. We all might get deleted, but we can't continue to live uncomfortable, acting like we are comfortable against the oppressors. At some point, we got to strap our nuts on. At some point. But they continue to take the best of us, send us to the upper room, continue to take the brightest of us and the most famous in us and do stuff like that. So ex-NBA star Gilbert Arenas arrested. Feds say he ran an illegal gambling business. And once again, who cares? Like, who cares? Now, if we was in Pleasantville where crime was down and sex trafficking wasn't a thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, why we ain't getting the real criminals? Federal prosecutors say Gilbert Arenas pled not guilty to charges during arraignment on Wednesday afternoon and released on $50,000 bond. A trial date was set for late September. Also, he got a charge for lying. Former NBA superstar Gilbert was arrested in Southern California on Wednesday after authorities said he ran an illegal gambling business. And This is the alleged fucking table, which if this is the alleged table, and this could just be a table he had at the crib. Who knows? This could be a table he had at his crib. He said federal prosecutors claimed the ex-Washington Wizards guard, along with 5 others, rented out Encino Mansion, hopefully I said that right, to hold high-stakes card games from September 2021 to July 2022. Now, I ain't no snitch, right? But wasn't Michael Jordan allegedly in a lot of these illegal high-stake games? Didn't Antoine Walker talk about that? How him and Jordan was at a lot of these illegal betting games that they was at. Like I said before, who did Gilbert piss off? The feds allege Arenas hired 51-year-old to help him stage the place for games and collect rent. They say Arenas' business partners in business hired women to serve gamblers at the residence. He employed people and added a staff of chefs, valet, security guards to make the game more enticing. Shout out to him. He employed people under the table. And the alleged business owner, prosecutors wrote in court documents, profited off it all by taking a rake from each pot. I mean, ain't that what the casino do? Ain't that what the casino do? Arenas is one of 5 other defendants, and the 5 other defendants are hit with 2 charges: 1 count of conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business and 1 count of operating illegal gambling business. Why hit them with both? You know why they hit them with both? Because they can't fucking prove it. They can prove suspicion of it and still giving them 5 years. I mean, at what point do Americans just say, you know what, man, when do we start standing up against the system? Because the system, it only punishes a certain demographic of people, a certain amount of people. At what point y'all gonna wake up and see some of the most moist rainbow gang brats running this country? At what point are we gonna be like, bro, it's time for a revolution, man? I mean, across the board. Across the board. Arenas was also allegedly 1 count of making false statements to federal investigators. 4th-year-old expected to be appear in court later Wednesday to face charges of story development. I literally don't understand. I literally don't understand. Why? How does this make the community better? Out of all the crimes that the Federal Bureau of Investigation got, you know what I'm saying? Why is this even a thing? We ain't heard about no strippers coming up missing, no chefs getting bashed up the head, nothing. He ran it for an entire year. I believe it said September 21. Who cares? Why are we using federal agents, investigators, when we need to be trying to find murderers? We need to be trying to find sex traffickers. That's what we need to be trying to find. I literally don't understand it for the life of me. But you know what? They're always going to target you when you're black and successful. You're loud. You're loud. You're masculine. You're confident. You black. You know, even if you're a white man that's confident and loud, they're going to attack you, bro. They're literally trying to make this country read a rainbow. Anything that's synonymous with a strong, confident man is just I get why people are getting their passports and leaving. We all see the same thing. And at what point are we gonna wake up and say we had enough as Americans? That's what I want to know. At what point we had enough? They didn't gentrify basketball. They didn't gentrify football players. They kissing each other. They wearing fingernails. They wearing purses. The testosterone of the average American man is lower than it's ever been. Do y'all understand? I think since the 60s or the 50s, every decade, testosterone in males in America have dropped off significantly. There have not been an uptick in like 10,000 decades. Did y'all know there were, in 2024 and still counting, there were over 900,000 women in America that filed for divorce. Oh, compared to their counterparts of men, 300,000. That's a 3 times they more likely to file a divorce 3 times. At what point do you say, you know what? We had enough of the system. Now, some bros are getting their passport, working remote, going overseas. I'm not mad at you. But at what point do we expose the Wizard of Oz behind the thing as this small backdooria people that run stuff? It's affecting our sports. It's affecting our lives. It's affecting our children. And on top of that, you know, it's affecting our life expectancy rate. The birth rate in America is 1.6. It needs to be in America, and you know, it needs to be at 2.1 sustained civilization. Somebody say, "Oh, you don't have any kids." Hey, I still got time. But why can you blame people for not having kids? Because you can have a kid with a woman, she get the kid, run off and take the kid because of the laws. The laws is the reason people ain't having babies. On top of the laws being the reason, also how they allowing them to put all that bullshit and fillers and all them dyes and nasty shit into your food. That's killing fertility. A lot of the women walk around with fibroids in their bodies and infertile and stuff. You know, again, giving them the free will to have all these self deletions of babies, and then when they want to be pregnant, the womb has been destroyed. Right? Same government that want to involve God into swearing on the Bible, but they don't even believe in the very God that you swear on the Bible to. You know, and I'm not Gilbert Arenas hater, or I'm not. I'm a fan. As a hooper, as a podcaster, I'm a fan. I see what he's doing. He's trying to do things for shock value. He say things for shock. Yeah, I just feel. Well, I don't sound feel, but I know for a fact a guy like him who speaks his mind with confidence in his skin color, it's a problem. Now, my boy Ron Mexico was like, "Oh, Kwame Brown is wrong for celebrating Gilbert going to jail," right? But you got to remember, Gilbert said a lot of coonish shit. And when you have a history of cooning, yeah, you might have a coon moment. And it may not be a coon moment, but it might come off as a coon moment. But when you got a history of cooning like Gilbert, like I said, your Planet Fitness black card is revoked. You don't get the protection of black people in that way. I get it. He out there buffooning, cooning, talking about black women and stuff and all that. And I mean, all right, he be cooning. But my point is not to protect him from any wrongdoing or what he did. My thing is, hey, we got bigger fish to fry. Why aren't we really trying to go out there and actually get the real criminals? That's my problem with it. Why are we not getting the real criminals? Flat Out TV, Daniel Berry, happy hump day, salute. You think Gilbert Arenas? Oh, yeah, it's over with. No, he gonna still do it. You see the finesse, you know, the Players Club finesse kid. He in jail while still using AI to still talk to the people. He said an all-white town sound like a setup for us to buy it out. Oh, it ain't no setup. It's just a sundown town. Man, I wait till I do that video on the Patreon. I'm gonna shock some of y'all, bro, with some of the information I got, because it's a bunch of them around me. It's a bunch of them around me. Like literally, it's a real thing. And believe it or not, they're very cognitive of their reputation. I mean, some of the stuff I can hear, y'all gonna hear on there on that video when I do it is y'all ain't gonna believe me, and if y'all don't believe me, I will get my witnesses to tell you. He said those gambling spots all over LA, and I believe it. Remember, if you watched The Wire, they had secret gambling spots. Like I said, man, you know, they had the whole police thing. They got to cover this. They always got to do stuff to cover it up, man. This is why I say, man, honestly, no, they got sundown towns in Cali that ain't even white sundown towns. They got Mexican sundown towns in Cali. They got Mexican sundown towns in Cali. If you get caught there as a brother, I mean, it's a fact. It's a fact. And you'll be fun, you know, and I don't want to make this about that, but you'll be surprised, right? How many black people don't understand how racist some Mexicans are towards black people. It's a lot of black people out here that still believe that there's a genuine partnership between black and brown. Now, I feel like if you live out there in Southern California, you know what's up. But you have to also believe a large population of black people don't live around brown people like that. Right? I feel like if you live in you live in New York, you should know what up. You should know what I'm saying? But not to say all brown people are bad. You know, and not to say that, you know, but you can definitely feel the static. What did Black Youngster say? He said, "I'm a real street nigga." He said, "I can sense when it's static." You can sense the static. You can literally sense the static. And you can sense the stares that you get from the women when they staring at you. It's not a stare of, "Oh, hi," or "I'm gonna say." It's a stare that they just want to test the soul pole. You know, that's just what it is. You can tell this thing. It is what it is. Every stereotype that's put out there about black people, they easily receive it. And it's cool. Like, I mean, I live in my own lane, they stay in their own lane. But unfortunately, a lot of black people give everybody a chance. We are conditioned to forgive and give everybody a chance. We are very forgiving and loving people. But and like I said, not to say that, you know, you don't. No, it is what it is. But at the same time, some of the things that you heard when we don't fight for their right to stay. Matter of fact, let that go. Go to Chicago in the past year or two and go look at some of the stuff that they were saying in Chicago to the black residents. "Oh, you've been on welfare long enough. It's our turn. You need to get up and get a job. Y'all niggas lazy." All that type of shit they were saying at those council meetings. And you know who helped, you know, fight for, you know, a lot of them illegal Mexicans to stay in Chicago and soak up the resources of a lot of the black people in Chicago was Brandon Johnson, a black man that was a school teacher. You had school teachers, you know, talking about they felt bad when ICE was coming to arrest some of their students when they was in school. My thing is this: nobody feels bad when only we feel bad when the police do that to the brother. I don't know where it was at, do that to the brother they did. Ain't nobody really feel bad for Trayvon Martin but us. You know, if it was about us getting up out of there, you know, they was like, "Well, we gonna send y'all back." Well, hey, they would help send us back. They would hog tie us. They would throw us in the back of the Brinks trucks or the paddy wagons and send us back. They had, you know, and that's my thing about some of the Mexican people that have a voice. When them Asian people was going on social media and saying, "Y'all need to go back because we came in the right way, y'all came illegal," and the Asian people was talking shit about Mexicans, they didn't say nothing. They said, "Oh, we're not helping the Mexicans. We're not helping y'all." Mexicans had no smoke. I don't know why everybody feel like they gotta have smoke for us. But then again, that's a rhetorical question because I know the answer to that question. Remember when France was going through what they was going through in France? Everybody, black person on Facebook, pray for France, pray for Israel, pray for Palestine, pray for this, pray for that. You know what I'm saying? They want to celebrate every fucking holiday. It's sad. They had no smoke for the Asian community when they laughed at y'all when they was picking y'all ass up. But there's a lot of black people that live in ignorance. And I don't mean 20, 15, 10 years old. There's a lot of fucking 50 and 45-year-olds who don't understand what's going on out here. Remember that old man that, you know, that was on TikTok and he was saying that his name was Dr. Dex. I talked about it on the Free Game 89 channel. And he was saying he didn't know. He said, you know, I guess he had just got out of a marriage. And he said he didn't know that, you know, you couldn't talk to black women at the grocery store no more. Man, they lit his ass up. Most old people don't understand what's going on outside. Most people don't understand what's going on outside. And when they find out what's going on outside, it is absolutely, utterly too late. Too late. I'm telling you, at some point, black people or the American citizens better wake up and take control of this boat, man. Because we are literally heading for self-destruction. So a lot of the brothers, already got up out of here and got their passports. It ain't just about, they try to make passport bros, and I'm about to move on to Shannon and close it out. They try to make passport bros about, getting sex. Man, really, going overseas, man, is about getting a peace of mind more than it is about getting a piece of behind. It's more about, getting away from getting poisoned and stuff. The brother Philip Scott, he got the Philip Scott show, and he has the show called The African Diaspora. That's his big show, right? His big platform. He talked about how he went over to Ethiopia a couple years ago, or he went somewhere in Africa. And he said, he started eating their food, and he wasn't even trying to lose weight, and he was losing weight. What did that tell you? What did that tell you? Telling you, man, get your shit together and get out of here, man. You go to other countries, you buy land, you own it, you ain't got to pay taxes on it or nothing like that. It's a scam. This country is a scam, man, and we got to get off the hamster wheel. Johnson, salute. We must get off the hamster wheel as a people, not as a race. We must get off the hamster wheel, because to allow a lot of these illegal immigrants, that's not just Mexicans, Haitians, and all these other people, allow these people to come into this country, not pay taxes, take money, and go back to their country is wild. They said they done made $150 billion off the tariffs since he put the tariffs up. How's that going to help us? I don't know. ESPN parts ways with Shannon Sharpe following settlement for Grapes lawsuit. So ESPN has cut ties with Hall of Famer and media analyst Shannon Sharpe less than 2 weeks after he settled his lawsuit in which his ex-girlfriend accused him of rape. Sources briefed the decision on the Athletics on Wednesday. Sharpe has not been on ESPN since late April, and a suit was first filed. When a suit was first filed, he said at the time he would return to ESPN at the beginning of the NFL training camp. ESPN declined to comment. The woman known as Jane Doe in the suit was seeking $50 million for pain and suffering, psychological, emotional distress, mental anguish, and embarrassment and humiliation. I mean, who got you? She humiliated herself. Sharpe publicly denied the allegations immediately after the accuser filed the lawsuit in April, calling the case a shakedown attempt. He maintained that he and a Nevada woman were in a consensual relationship, and that was quite obviously that they was in a consensual relationship. But once again, it takes me right back. It takes me right back to the conversation that we just had. At what point are we gonna be tired of the system that doesn't work in the benefit of productive people? At what point are we gonna say, hey, look here, man, look here, Brad, you know what I'm saying? I mean, shit, anybody else, Lee, all y'all other motherfuckers, hey, man, ain't y'all tired of this? Ain't y'all tired of this shit, man? Because everybody know what, come on, everybody know what it was. You can say everybody know it was consensual. She didn't file any criminal charges. It was a shakedown. Ultimately, let me read this super chat. Appreciate Larry Cartwright for the 50 ball. He said, you cooking tonight, always big boys, keep dropping this knowledge. Appreciate it. So, everybody knew it was consensual, bro. Like, it's just to the point where black women, black people are always going to be split down. Oh, he was with a white woman. Look here, man, my whole thing is this. You can be with a black woman and she can do the same thing. You can be with a Becky, she can do the same thing. How many black women have we seen the last few months, that sent brothers to the upper room? We had the brother in Austin, Texas. I just don't speak on these things. I see it. And I talk about the brother in Birmingham, Alabama, where his girlfriend ran him over at the car during the Easter / birthday celebration. There's a bunch of those stories that don't make national news. There's a lot of them stories that nobody says anything about. You'll never hear about these stories on the news, right? But they paint this narrative that if you interracially date, this is gonna happen to you. What about the brother in Detroit that was with the stripper in Miami the other day, and they both got sent to the upper room? I mean, it don't matter who you with. It don't matter who you with. what color you with. It's about the person that you with. And at the end of the day, do I care that Shannon's with a 20-year-old? I don't care. She's legal, right? That's not, I don't care. I didn't lose no money. He did. I'm not no sucker for love ass ninja where I'm going to the gym and I get thirst trapped by a woman. They go to those Equinox. They go to those top gyms. They go to those top gyms to trap you. He did it to himself. And I said this in my Umar video. I mean, these guys 40, 50 years old still chasing pussy. This is why I'm an advocate for guys getting into serious relationships and getting into marriages with the right person in the right way. That's why I'm an advocate for that. You can't build nothing chasing pussy. Then you got guys who build it. They build their physical self or they build their career up. And then they go back and get the worthless bitches, the worthless women. And then they destroy it all backwards. Then you got the guys that destroy their lives in the beginning. They survive it and they recover. Then you got guys living backwards. They work hard to get the money to get the woman they ain't working and destroy their life. Shannon Sharpe had 2 lives in his career, bro. He had a football life, which he was an amazing football player. He was even 99 on Madden one year. He was very entertaining as a football player, you know, and then he had the sports side of the thing where everything is amazing. He had a different type of, spotlight with social media and being a talker. He got targeted. And with all that knowledge that he kick and all that stuff and how hardcore he is, how do you get targeted in that manner? Not knowing how to deal with hoes will destroy you. Thinking with if you never control your dick discipline, bro, that can be you. Judge the character before, just as hard as you judge how attractive she is. And the people say, oh, she's a regular. That everybody got their little thing. It's a bunch of chicks that you may think is so fine, something about them that's just, and they regular. Some guys like regular girls. Some guys like ugly guys. Some girls, so guys too. But some guys like ugly girls. Everybody got their thing. Some dudes love beautiful women, bad bitches. That's just what it is. But you have to control your lust and your thirst for some sex, dog. It ain't worth it. It can destroy your whole life. One instance can destroy your whole life. He lost it all. Now, you still think he gonna get that media deal? I doubt it. He still got his company, but guess what? The people that run this world, they still control the algorithm that push the traffic in and out of his channel. All this for what? And do you know the day after she got this settlement judgment, she got off OnlyFans? Listen to me, bro. And you don't listen to nothing else I said ever in life. If you dealing with somebody that sell their body, male or female, they are for sale. They are self-slaves. They sell their body for a movie part. They sell their body for a microphone like it's head hustle and flow. They sell their asshole just to be on the TV. They sell their twat just to be able to get a spot on the reality TV show. If you're dealing with people like that, if they sell their bodies, if they sell their selves, if they sell their souls, why wouldn't they destroy you? They don't care about nobody. They won't care about their kids. They don't care about their mother. They don't care about nothing as a woman or as a man, as a father. Why would you even want to be in the same vicinity with somebody like that? Think about that for a minute. Think about how dirty and filthy somebody is to want to be able to sleep with people to get a spot, to get a cup. Some women sleep with guys for $40, $200. You know what I'm saying? Some dude is letting some executive, rub baby oil across his chest and bust him down for a spot on a BET Plus movie. How can I trust you with anything? Valeting my car, trust you with my dog, trust you with my rusty penny in my pocket. If you're willing to sell your body and soul for peanuts, for anything, you can't be trusted. If a girl tell you, oh yeah, I'm on OnlyFans, like, bro, get out of there. Do y'all notice how dirty? Do y'all know how dirty sex workers are? And you're on OnlyFans showing your body, you're a sex worker. Do y'all understand how dirty sex workers are? I think y'all just don't understand what I'm trying to say. They're very, very dirty. They will do anything. Do you know, man? I knew this. I'm gonna keep this. I knew this person, right? And they were saying that they sisters used to tie guys up in a hotel and rob them and run off. But you know why a lot of these women never catch the fade that they deserve? Is because a lot of men are too embarrassed. They're too embarrassed. Once again, they're too embarrassed to go to the police. They're too embarrassed to report these robberies. Mystical. Don't forget, why did Mystical go to jail? Anybody remember why Mystical went to jail to begin with? Mystical was one of the reasons why the Neptunes took off. You gotta remember, in the rap game, it was like Mystical, Nori. I think Nori was the first. Nori, Mystical, the Clips, and Philly's Most Wanted really popped the Neptunes off in the rap game, right? But do anybody remember why Mystical went down? So if you don't remember why he went down to begin with for the grape charge, same thing that this guy's being charged for, Shannon Sharpe. A woman robbed him. She stole some money from Mystical. So to repay the money, no, he didn't call the police. They basically made her clap cheeks and she ran to the police. So you think she ever got charged for stealing Mystical? No. This is why I always tell you, when you're dealing with women and you catch them cheating, or you catch them stealing, or you catch them doing something that they ain't supposed to do, whatever the argument is, there's no point of trying to rationale with them. There's no point of you trying to say, why did you do this to me? Well, no, the best thing you can do, catch her in bed with somebody, walk away. Walk away. Walk away. Because once you engage in banner, even if it's calm banner, they're going to say something so stupid. And the next thing you know, who knows? She may bump her head on purpose and say you did something. The neighbors heard you loud, you raise your voice. She may say she might hit you and you hit her back. Now you at fault. Now everything she did don't matter. She's the victim now. By you engaging with women, you give them an opportunity to be a victim. You got to understand, when they in the wrong, their job is to bring you to, their job is for them to get you to their level. I've been there before. And when they get you to that level, then they manipulate you by, you did this to me and you did that to me and it really was your fault, but she started it. You had a natural human reaction with 99.9% of humans that's worth the damn what it did. So the best thing to do is just to walk away. If you want to have that conversation, give it 2-3 days, 2-3 weeks. Be calm, have that conversation. Really is nothing really to talk about depending how bad it is. All right? But do not confront. You walk in with your bitch with another nigga, another bitch, how it's going today, with a trans gentleman, whatever it may be. You laugh, and walk away. Even if it's the worst enemy, your best friend, even if it's Jesus, God, Christ, Holy Spirit himself, walk away, brother. Walk away. You have so much power in your silence as a man. You have so much power in your discernment as a man to walk away. Walk away. And it sounds weak, but you become so much powerful if you don't give the fire the oxygen it needs to grow. I learned that. Had to learn it. When I learn women's game, and this even dealing with your mother, your sisters, random women, I'm not arguing with you. If women argue with me, we get into a little accident or something like that, or a little, I'm like, you know, I'm gonna argue with women. Could you call your father? Could you call your husband? Could you call your brother? We can have that conversation. I'm not arguing with you. You cannot win an argument in today's society. You cannot win an argument with women in today's society. The dry wick, moist men that run this society have created it that way to destroy masculine men because it's a trait that they never can have. They never can understand it. Simple as that. Simple as that. They can never understand it, bro. If you search the true meaning of these pagan holidays and you see what they did on a day like Christmas, and you see all this stuff where you talk about the shit with children coming up missing and all this abuse, you can trace that back to what they celebrated and back to their European roots, bro. I'm telling you, you can search it back to it. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. Tell you the truth, man. And Shannon Sharpe ain't got nobody but to blame but himself. It's cool. He'll bounce back. God do things on purpose, make these things happen on purpose. But you know, her quitting OnlyFans the very next day, it's no coincidence, bro. No coincidence, man. No coincidence. No coincidence. It is mind blowing. They literally go with this mantra: believe all women. And you think they're in a rush for a reform? No, they're not in a rush to reform anything. The birth rate is crashing. Divorces is up. You think they say, well, let's incentivize some people to get married. Let's incentivize people to have babies. Let's make the marriage laws fair. No, they don't want to do that, bro. So it's very important for you to pick the right woman. Pick as meticulous as you may be with the game system you choose, or the car that you choose, or what you put into your body, or where you live, or your car collection, or your shoe collection. You know what I'm saying? As meticulous as you are with those things, man, be very meticulous in the woman that you pick. If you don't, if you rule of thumb I use, do I want my daughter to grow up like this woman? Simple as that. Do I want my daughter to walk in the same steps as my wife? It's simple as that. Simple as that. And always remember, the women that you have no business dealing with is the women that's the hardest to get away. So if you mess with ugly chicks, they're the hardest to get away. If you mess with beautiful chicks that you got no business dealing with, they're the hardest to get away. When you play in sex work, when you play in the streets, there is no rules. When you play with sex workers, there is no rules. You could be chilling with a sex worker, and one of her Johns could get mad and take y'all both out because you collateral damage. This is why I'm not a promoter of tricking on coochie. This is why I'm not a promoter of OnlyFans. This is why I'm not a promoter of buying cat. Remember the dude from Players Club that was chasing Diamond back home? He ain't had nothing against you, bro. You gotta understand. They don't even have a loyalty to themselves. They don't have a loyalty. So why wouldn't they set you up? What if they like, oh, look here, man, I know you got Shannon Sharpe coming in. Why wouldn't they put a play on you, bro? Why wouldn't they put a play on you? Why wouldn't they put a play on you? You already know when a chick get caught, look at the brother Cash Out, the rapper Cash Out. I know he didn't do none of that shit. He just was pimping. I guarantee you it. He was just pimping. Women always get the grace. They use the woman to destroy the man. It's been like that in the Bible. They use women to destroy the man. Look, I know you and your husband was selling 25 kilos a week. But look here, if you just say he was doing it, we'll let you walk scot-free. Come on, man. Come on, that's the facts. That's the facts, bro. So Unfortunately for brother Shannon, at 50, how old is Shannon Sharpe? 57? 50, just turned 57. At 57 years old, nigga still got whole problems. Imagine being 57 and still having whole problems, nigga. You still ain't figured it out. Think about it. Still having all these bitches like Amber Rose, excuse my language, Monique come onto your show. You know what I'm saying? Still trying to pander to women. Then he had Brittany Renner go. I could be wrong on that one. Still trying to pander to these women, bro. Well, Monique told him to stop messing with white. Man, you can mess with black women and lose too. You can mess with an Arab woman and lose too. This is why at 57, you should be fucking married, nigga, with success. Say what you want to say about Dr. Boyce Watkins, whatever you want to say. He did it the right way. He got a woman. He able to focus on what he need to focus on. A lot of your favorite YouTubers that talk about relationships, rather the reason they able to be so far in life, they married. Whether it was Anton Daniels, Angry Man, motherfuckers is married. When you married or you monogamous or whatever your situation is, and it's your set situation, you can focus at the task at hand. Or be like Shannon Sharpe, chasing pussy. Be like Dr. Umar, can't complete a task at hand because you chasing pussy. If Dr. Umar had a wife, he'd have a couple schools and be very successful. But he does all this just to get women. There's a power. You can't have a roster of women and build your success. And once you build your success, you're not gonna want a roster of women because it's gonna destroy everything that you built. Look at Shannon Sharpe. They did all that building. Look how Stephen A. keep his shit tight. All this Shannon Sharpe made people forget about Skip Bayless. Forget about the lawsuit with old girl Joy Taylor. Made you forget about the car thing with my man's getting pulled out the car. And I believe the Memphis cops that put hand, foot, and toes on that brother, they was black too, though. They got off a couple months ago. And then if you pay, it's so many distractions. You got Ryan Clark, Cam, and Gilly the Kid. All these are distractions to distract you. And I don't want to sound like Rogue Brother. You know, you got all these black, they beefing over Angel Reese. Now they beefing over Jalen Hurts. You know, now you got Craig Fax and Corey beefing with all the smoke. Y'all don't see what they doing, bro. You don't see what they doing, bro. But y'all niggas keep playing with them sex workers, bro. Keep playing with them. Y'all keep tricking on hoes, going to the strip club. It's a recipe to destroy you. If they can't love theyself, how they gonna do anything positive around you, bro? Keep telling y'all that, bro. Y'all think, oh man, you gonna spend it anyway. They always try to just rationalize in your head. It's guys out here that don't even believe women can like you for you. They think they gotta be a trick. And what's so funny is, you know, brother said this earlier. It said you got women that's calling men tricks but don't consider themselves whores. And I said, that's the one right there. They broke, bro. These people be broke. These women be broke. And a broke person that, you know, that sell their bodies, bro, they make all this money on OnlyFans, all this money stripping, all this money selling cat, and they be broke. They be broke. Oh, they got all these great corporate jobs. They make more money than men and be broke. Broke. The majority of women that's having babies right now, especially outside of marriage, they having babies to get help for a Section 8 excuse. They having babies to get a voucher. They're having babies to get a food stamp. They're having babies to get WIC. They're having babies to get sorrow from their family. We can't let the kids suffer. They're having babies for all the wrong reasons. And then if a guy comes in and tries to help her, they treat him like a piece of shit. He walk in and she still sleeping with the baby father who ain't did nothing in years. You know, this is a nasty game out here, man. Nasty game, but you know, you always gonna have a nice surplus of simps. If every man was on this shit, it ain't enough. It wouldn't be enough women. It wouldn't be enough. It would be too many women left over. We need our simps. We need our Travis Hunters. We need our Will Smiths. But unfortunately, with all the simping that you do as a man, all the time they say these women who don't want to be saved, they still end up dealing with niggas, real niggas. They still end up dealing with the guys they complain about. They lead a healthy relationships. They lead their marriages just to go out there to get back on the cock carousel. Every woman that leave their marriage, because a lot of women that's in their marriage, it ain't the guy they wanted to be with. Every woman leave their marriage is a loser. They lose. And they can say, well, I married a guy with more. They not happy with him neither. A lot of women tend to sleep back with the man that they had their first good time with. The guy they was in a serious relationship with, they always sleep back with him. They always back in the one that really clapped her cheeks and she really loved. That's the guy they always go back to. But don't stay away from them OnlyFans hoes, man. Any woman that sell cat, that sell their bodies, you putting yourself in danger to die. You putting yourself in danger to die. I'm telling you. You putting yourself in danger to be destroyed. And I hope y'all know that. You and her can just be kicking it at the spot and the guy can come in talking about she ride and kill both of y'all. On top of that, you know what I'm saying? They can set you up to get robbed. You know they married to Pookie and Ray Ray. So, like I say, man, it's just, you know, control your sexual loins. Have your dick discipline. Shout out to Jap, Mr. Jap, for coining that. Have your discipline. When you learn to discipline your dick, I feel like you could do anything, bro. You can go to the gym and be a gym nigga, man. You can go be a billionaire, a trillionaire. I feel like as a man, if you never turn down no pussy, if you ain't turned down multiple women, you ain't no man, bro. If a woman come up to you and say, I would like to buy an ounce of dick, and you be like, oh yeah, okay. You can't say no. I mean, chicks I said no to, bro. Do you think about like, damn, you know, what could have happened? You know, shit probably, yeah, you think about that shit. You have bitches lick their lips out and say, come get it and all that. No. And the harder you make them work for you, the more they appreciate, the more they respect you, even if you don't even give them none. Because if you a good person at heart, can't nobody turn a good person at heart bad. Can't nobody turn a good person at heart bad. That person that just got fucked over, he just know, hey, or she just know, hey, I gotta vet better. I gotta, you know, rebuff my strategy a little bit better. Can't no bad demon turn no angel into a demon, bro. Tell you that right now. We just know we gotta do better. The people we surround us with. But I continue to tell y'all, man, if you can't turn down no ass, you're a weak man. I respect the motherfucker who spent all his money and can't save a dime. I respect that person before I respect the man that can't turn down no ass. And men that know when you turn women down, they want you even more. You get whatever you want out of them. If you make a woman work for you to get with you, she always gonna be in that position where they chase you. But every man think you gotta chase a woman. If you gotta chase her, you just better smash and keep it moving. You know what Sugar Free said, man. I did a short on this a while ago. He said, if you like that woman, you better not touch that woman right away. You better not touch. And a lot of guys are like, yeah, if you don't touch her, she gonna go somewhere else. Key word is that she like you. She like you. So if you take your time with her and you don't rush into sex, it makes the relationship stronger. You know, because it's not based on I'm just trying to fuck. I'm trying to get to know you. And if you actually build chemistry before you sleep with women that you actually like, that's the women that you know you can marry and ain't got to worry nothing about. But if it's all about the sex first, and then But yeah, when niggas that be in a rush, you hear women. I talk to women all the time. Oh, men just talk sex so fast. Like I'm telling y'all, man. And if y'all don't take nothing else from the string, take this shit from the string. Please believe me. If you talk to a woman long enough, she's going to bring up sex first. Don't even bring it up. She's going to bring it up. She's going to bring it up. I guarantee you she's going to bring it up. They are putting the carriage before the horse. They putting the pussy before the wedding ring. They've been doing that, but that's what they've been doing. So you a little hornball and all that stuff, bro. If you're going to be a hornball, you might as well just go ahead and just tell her from the beginning what's up. But I would advise y'all, to find you a good woman, because there ain't a lot of good women out here. Work on yourself, be a good person, be a good get a good dude, get your shit together. And even if you ain't got your shit together, a real woman will help you. Y'all get y'all shit and y'all credit together. I promise you that. But let these Jezebels destroy you. Let them destroy you. And sometimes you can never recover. Did y'all see the video of the girl was in the bedroom with the brother and the ex-boyfriend kicked the door in, and he shot the ex-boyfriend? Don't be that guy. If she move on, like I said, she in there with another dude, just keep it moving. I'm telling you, at the end of the day, it ain't worth it, bro. It ain't worth it. You're going to wake up couple days, you're gonna move on. And most guys don't move on like I'm just gonna fuck another bitch. Most guys don't do that. Most guys, first thing they say, okay, I gotta level up. I gotta get in shape. I gotta get this money up. Most niggas go to work right away. Let me get this money up, man. All right, man. I gotta drive a lift to get some extra bread, or I gotta recertify, or I gotta get my next degree, or I'm gonna start my business tomorrow. I'm doing that shit. Niggas motivated to ball on that bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm motivated. Most women, when they get out of breakups, the first thing they do, they go look for a sexual experience. I had a ball in Tokyo, Japan a couple weeks ago. Man, I gotta go, bro. Shout out to you cooking tonight. Bed Brother, Street Disciple, salute, bro. Appreciate it. Appreciate Larry Cartwright and Super Chat again. Sponsored the stream. That's all we needed. He said, wealthy black man gotta move with discretion in the US. Everybody gotta move with discretion. It ain't wealthy. You gotta move. If you got a dollar to your name, yo, as a man, your boss, your word, and you as a man, who you are, they taking that from you, man. They taking your boss. They taking your manhood. They taking your name. They taking your credibility. They taking your integrity. They make you compromise who you are as a person. We all gotta be meticulous in what we do. Cause I'm telling y'all, man, you don't know who you can be tomorrow. You don't know who you can be next year. I remember Kevin Samuels told a guy, "Don't know women want half of 30,000." Bullshit. You can be making 30,000 right now, and the next year you a $60,000 nigga. Next year you 120,000. Next year you worth for $250,000. Next year you worth for $500,000. Y'all do understand the closer you get to 45 years old. At 45 years old, that is the beginning of the pinnacle of your prime earning years. So it's very important to stay healthy, get checked up. See what happened with Dion. Stay in shape. Start jogging. If you don't like to jog, run sprints. So you can enjoy your prime earning years and not have to pour it into your health. Life don't start for a lot of men till they get 35. So you got to watch how you moving out here, brothers. One woman can destroy you. One woman can destroy it all. Before they can destroy it before you build it. You build it. Oh, he did this. That's what they can't wait to do. I'll leave it up. Easy salute. He said, "Keep this up, please. Somehow I'm sending this to the truth, my God. Shoot the lead. I'm gonna leave this up, man. That's all I had to say, man. Hit the link in the description. Join the Patreon. That link's in the description. Follow me everywhere: X, Instagram, Facebook, Kick, Twitch. Join my Detroit channel where see Sports Talk, Free Game 89. We on Amazon, Kick, Twitch. Shout out to everybody over there. Peace."